my coworker sabotaged me for years, stealing credit for my projects, twisting the truth, and making sure she always looked like the star. When the CEO announced a new VP position, she smirked, certain it was hers. But she had no idea what was about to happen next. I had been working at the company for nearly a decade, and for most of that time, I was invisible. I wasn't the one making flashy presentations or cracking jokes at happy hour, but I was the one staying late to fix errors, double-check budgets, and make sure projects actually launched on time. My managers always said I was dependable, the backbone of the team, but somehow that never translated into recognition. Meanwhile, Amanda was the opposite of me in every way. She was confident, charismatic, and knew exactly how to play the politics game. Whenever a project went well, she had a way of positioning herself right in the spotlight, smiling as if the whole thing had been her vision from the start. I didn't mind at first. I told myself people would notice who was really putting in the work. But as the years passed, it became harder to swallow. Promotions came and went, each time bypassing me and landing squarely in her lap. People whispered that she was going places, while I was told I should just be grateful to have such a stable job. I kept my head down, telling myself my moment would come. But secretly, I wondered if it ever would. When the CEO announced a new VP role, the entire office buzzed. Amanda immediately treated it like a done deal, as if the position had been created specifically for her. She started dropping hints in conversations, when I'm VP, or I'll make sure to shake things up once I'm in charge. She even began redecorating her desk to look more executive. It was like watching someone rehearse for a play that hadn't even been cast yet. One afternoon in the break room, she leaned against the counter while the coffee machine gurgled, smirking at me. "You're a hard worker," she said, "but you don't really inspire people. Don't take it personally when I get this." Her tone was so casual, like she was offering advice to a child. The sting of her words hit me harder than I expected, but I swallowed it down. I wasn't going to give her the satisfaction of seeing me break. The day of the announcement arrived. The entire staff packed into the glass-walled conference room. The smell of fresh bagels and the sharp tang of dry erase marker filled the air. The CEO stood at the front with a sheet of paper in his hand, smiling like he was about to deliver life-changing news. Amanda sat front and center, legs crossed, her expensive heels clicking against the floor with anticipation. Everyone in the room seemed to know what was about to happen, or at least, they thought they did. The CEO began with a small speech. He talked about leadership, vision, and the ability to inspire trust, not through empty words, but through consistent action. Amanda beamed at every line, nodding as though he were reading from a script she'd written herself. I sat there quietly, my heart pounding, trying to prepare myself for yet another disappointment. Then, the words that changed everything. "This person has been the quiet force behind countless successful projects, the kind of leader who doesn't just talk, but delivers. Please join me in congratulating our new vice president." He looked directly at me. "You." For a moment, I couldn't move. The room erupted into applause, and I felt every pair of eyes turn my way. Amanda froze, her smile twitching like a broken mask. She blinked rapidly, as if waiting for the punchline, but there wasn't one. I stood, shook the CEO's hand, and felt something inside me shift. For the first time in years, the spotlight wasn't stolen. It was mine. The clapping eventually faded, but the silence around Amanda was deafening. She sat stiffly in her chair, her knuckles white around the champagne flute she had been holding in anticipation of her victory. Someone whispered, "Wow, didn't see that coming," and a ripple of knowing looks spread across the room. Her face flushed crimson. I took my new seat at the head of the table, the symbolic weight of it sinking in. Years of invisibility had led to this moment, and all of Amanda's shortcuts, all her stolen credit, had finally caught up with her. She had built her entire reputation on smoke and mirrors, and now the mirror had shattered. I glanced at her one last time, leaned slightly across the table, and said in a calm voice only she could hear, "Guess leadership material doesn't always need an audience." Her lips parted like she wanted to reply, but no words came. And in that silence, I felt something sweeter than revenge. Vindication.